Welcome to the Concrete Genius Podcast. I'm your host, Sauce McKenzie. I'm honored to have a guest, Bryan Crawford, man, established Chicago native, former Slam magazine writer, Bulls beat writer, NBA extraordinaire. Probably my most favorite follow on Twitter. He don't come out a lot, but when he pop out, you better duck. It's gonna be real. You know what I'm saying? B. Craw, how you doing?
I'm good, fam. How you doing?
I'm good, man. So I'm gonna jump straight into it. We got Milwaukee, Portland, Phoenix. Blazers get Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, Tamani Kamara, 2029 first round pick and a pick swap. Bucks get Lillard. Suns get Nurkic, Nasir Little, Keon Johnson, Grayson Allen. Thoughts on the trade?
I think it's a trade that everybody won. I mean, obviously Milwaukee getting Dame helps them keep helps them keep Giannis. Because he was talking about potentially leaving if he didn't see the team make any moves that would keep them at a championship level. So now you get Dame, and you pretty much at the top of the East. I know they still got to play the games, but on the roster, you talk about the 1-2 punch that we probably hadn't seen since Kobe and Shaq, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got Phoenix. It was addition by subtraction with them. They had to get rid of DeAndre Ayton, in my opinion. He was the thing that kind of kept them from being a real contender, even though they did make the finals. I thought he was a little too soft. And you add Bradley Beal to a team with a guy who needs the ball in order to be effective. And you can only play with one basketball, and he wasn't gonna get them type of shots in Phoenix. So by adding Nurkic, they get size because you still got to go through Jokic. So that helps them. Then as far as Portland, they just on the youth movement. You look at their roster right now, everybody on there is young. They just drafted Scoot. Now they got Aiden. They're not gonna keep Drew. They probably gonna be able to flip him for some more, for some more stuff that they need over there. So it was the one time I seen the training where nobody got fleeced, and it was good for everybody.
Yeah. I want you, before I go more into Dame, you said this on Twitter. I found it very interesting. And I want you to elaborate more. You just kind of said it. Why do you think, because you deal with a lot of people asking questions. Explain in your opinion with KD, Book, and those guys there, why Nurkic is such a better fit in Phoenix than Ayton.
Because he don't need the ball.
Yeah.
He don't need to score. If DeAndre Ayton don't get touches a couple times down the floor, you can forget about it. He's not gonna do anything. And I think his numbers, even though they look good on paper, they weren't really that impactful. You know what I'm saying? He's not really that monster on the boards. He's not really that bang down low type of guy. He's not gonna bang with you at all, really. In the playoffs, things get physical, and he's a finesse player. He don't want to back down. He want to face up and shoot the jumper. He want to put it on the floor. You got to worry about that with Nurkic. He gonna set screens for Book and KD and Brad Bill. He gonna crash the board. And every night, a couple times a year, he might give you 30. You know what I'm saying, with 12 to 15 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? So I think as far as fit, he's a much better fit. And Aiden wasn't gonna work with the guys that they got over there right now.
Yeah. Now, before I go into Milwaukee, where do you see Drew going? Because everybody's bidding. I heard the calls been coming in already. What do you think is the best fit for Drew Holiday?
Miami for sure. Maybe the Clippers. It's a chance for him to go back home if that's what he want to do.
Yeah.
But I think if Miami wants to compete with what Milwaukee just did, they'll be looking at trying to get Drew over there.
Yeah. Now, do you think, because they gave up a lot, they gave up Grayson Allen, of course, and they gave up Drew. Do you think Milwaukee still has the guts with those two to be able to win it?
No, I was talking to my homie about this today, actually. They're gonna need something else. I like what they got as far as like, the young cats. They got Marjon Beauchamp over there. I think he's gonna take a big step this year, and he's actually gonna have to. You still got Malik Beasley over there. He's streaky, but he can shoot that thing. You still got Pat Connaughton running the point off the bench, but I still think they might need one other player, one guy that's gonna come in there and play for the vet minimum, be a good locker room guy, play a good role. But that's what I think they need. But I mean, if health is not an issue, I think Milwaukee is probably the best bet to get out the East right now.
Yeah, yeah. Now, obviously Milwaukee. Who else in the East does this trade put pressure on?
Miami, Boston, Philly, just right off the top, them three.
Yeah, yeah,
Because now they staring down the barrel of a gun right now.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a guy who can go for 65 on you.
yeah,
You still got Giannis over there. A healthy Chris Middleton is a problem.
yeah.
You got Bobby Porter's coming off of Team USA. You still got Brooke Lopez over there. Like you got a lot to work with. You got a
That's
lot to
tough.
work with over there. And Dame makes up for a lot of what they gave up just by himself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because he's consistently, you can pencil him down for 27 easily a night.
Yeah, and
Um,
he just recently started getting hurt. So you could also pencil him in for about 65, 70 games.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
matters a
That's
lot
big.
too.
Yeah, that's big. A lot of pride, frustration with Embiid and Harden. I want to get your take on the Harden situation, knowing you're a big Harden fan. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I ain't got nothing to say about that dude, man. Like everything that's going on in Philly is exactly how he been rolling since he's been a quote unquote superstar in the league, man. Like he gonna pout, he gonna force his way out. Some kind of way he gonna do something to like, run out of favor over there and make the team have to get rid of him. So if I'm Joel Embiid, I really feel bad for him because you just lost Ben Simmons a couple years ago. Now you about to lose James Harden, and they both kind of pull the same move. So man, I don't know. I like big fella, but it's ugly over there for him right now.
Yeah, yeah. That was my follow up question. I was going to ask you, is this the year after, especially after seeing, it's a monkey see, monkey do league. He saw Giannis raise a little hell, shake the table a little bit. He got something for him. So this may be the year, in your opinion. Do you think that Embiid maybe shake the table a little bit and be like, "Hey, man, I've given you guys my all. I'm dealing with this clownery. Either get something done or get me out of here."
I don't think they got that kind of respect for him.
Damn.
Like honestly, I don't. I think Giannis means more to Milwaukee than Embiid does to Philly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't think he can shake the table too much because he's kind of inconsistent himself. When he's healthy, he's amazing, but he's hurt. It's a lot of stuff that goes on with him. His knees are like really, really shaky. Like you got to be careful with that dude. Like you almost got to put him in bubble wrap sometimes. So straight up, man. So I don't think he got that kind of pull.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, is this because Giannis won a championship, or is this based on franchises?
Both. I mean, Philly hasn't won anything in a long time, and Milwaukee hadn't won anything in a long time either. But Giannis is the biggest superstar that they've had since Kareem, the Big O, and he delivered. You know what I'm saying? And he's loyal to the city. They love him. He loves them back. He doesn't want to leave, and so they gave him every incentive they needed to stay. And I think like I said, I think he matters more to Milwaukee than Embiid matters to Philly. I think they could trade Embiid with no problem if they can get enough back from him.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, to my next team in the East that you mentioned, um, with Miami, if Miami gets Drew, without too much collateral damage, they still in the mix, right?
Yeah, you can't put them out because they just made the final.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So you got to give them that respect at least.
yeah. And then what does Boston need to get back in the mix? Because they still got the two dynamic wings. What would they need to get back in the mix, or is that window closing?
I mean, I think picking up KP was big for them. I just don't know how much longer like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum could play together. And I think, they may have already peaked, and that's what I'm afraid of. Like they
Yeah,
probably should have broke that up this summer
yeah,
and like spread that love out a little bit more in terms of like, making this roster stronger because you already lost Marcus Smart.
it's tough.
So yeah, it is tough over there, man. So I don't really know what they can do. I do think they peaked.
Damn, damn. Now, what does this do for the Suns in the West?
It makes them a legit contender. Like
Mm,
I think, you got Denver obviously coming off the championship, but the second best team in the West right there is Phoenix. Like easily. So the addition of Bradley Beal, the way he can run the point, the way Book can run the point, like I said, the addition of Nurkic, you got KD on the wing. Now they might need to beef up their bench a little bit too, because behind Nurkic is Bol, and that ain't gonna do nothing against Jokic. You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
yeah,
I think they're probably a piece away, just like Milwaukee. But I mean, in terms of like I said, on paper, all things being equal, it's definitely Denver and now Phoenix.
yeah. I think they came out good because Grayson Allen is a very he can come out some games, hit 4 or 5
Yeah.
threes, scrappy defender. Now he got some wolves with him, so he can get away with his chippiness. That's gonna be
Hmm.
the kind of guy you can stick on a good perimeter player and kind of save Book, save Bill. Um, I really like that. Nas Little, I think he got some juice in the tank, playing with some superstars. So I really, really love what Phoenix did. I agree, everybody won. But for me, Dame has to stay healthy, and I got to see the chemistry. I do think the Shaq and Kobe comparison is very good because I think Dame is the perfect guard that Giannis can still do his
Hmm.
slash, dash, run, dunk thing, and they won't be in the way. So you might have some games where Giannis got 35 and 20 and Dame got 40, and I can
Right.
see it blending.
And it'll be a situation where Dame ain't got to carry everything no more.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like he is the sole reason that Portland made the playoffs all them years. Like
yeah,
after they got rid of LaMarcus Aldridge, they never fell off. You put them up with CJ McCollum, they never fell off. They still making the playoff.
yeah,
They didn't win the championship and they didn't go as far as they wanted to, but all the success they had tied to Dame. So now you give him a chance to kind of take a step back on a lot of nights and
yeah,
save him for when you really need him. And
yeah,
then him and Giannis can go back and forth like that. That's like a pick your poison type of situation.
yeah, yeah. I agree. And on a personal note, for me, just being a Midwest guy, I'm glad to see the Bucks find a way to get it done. Giannis didn't go to Golden State or nothing. I'm glad to see that kind of energy in Milwaukee, small market. They're gonna have a good run, 3-4 years at least. I think that's good for the league.
Oh
Um,
yeah, absolutely. And I think it's just another move to maintain Giannis as like the face of the league post LeBron, and this cements that.
that's a great point. That's a great point. Yeah, yeah. Especially with Ja having his issues. Giannis clean cut. They needed to
Clean,
lock that in. Yeah, yeah.
hey,
Kyrie
clean
kind of all
cut,
over the place. Yeah,
won the championship. You got the international part of it too.
yeah.
So yeah, it's a good story that they're trying to keep going.
Okay, so can Golden State squeeze that orange one more time?
Nah, so
It's
so
done. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
man. I was actually on Twitter with a Golden State Warriors fan, and he was trying to run me the script that everybody is happy for Giannis playing next to Dame, but if it was Steph, it was a problem. I'm like, wait a minute, they had Kevin Durant,
Right.
and Steph never took no heat for recruiting KD to Golden State.
Right.
KD got all the heat for going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The only beef, the only heat Steph ever took was in the finals. That's
Yeah.
it. But he
Yeah.
never got no smoke for KD. Dude tried to tell me, oh, people said he needed KD. I'm like, needed KD to do what? He
Yeah.
went to 2 finals, won one, lost one before KD even got there. So what are you
Yeah.
talking about? What do you need him for?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
however many years later he wins another one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
stop it. But I
Yeah.
think it's over with.
It's over. I think I saw some signs of burnout from Kurt last year. I just saw some, that just, it reminded me of the Pistons in '91, just kind of like so
It
many
fizzled.
playoff games. Yeah, man. It's just you can't make a playoff run 7-8 years, win 3 or 4, lose a couple. It's gonna end eventually. You know what I mean? Your legs give out, your body give out. Yeah, I
Yeah,
see
and they
that
all,
coming.
they already beating up Kerr over there.
Yeah,
If they get off to a slow start, or if they have to be like a playing team or something like that, they gonna break that shit up.
yeah, they're gonna break it up. Do you have? Because I hear a lot of this talk on Twitter. And a lot of people optimistic. I'm not. But do you have any faith in the LA Clippers?
Nah, man, I told you this before. It's the Clippers. You keep trying to get me to say yeah.
Zero. Kawhi, VG.
Nah, dog. PG, I seen something today. Was it today or yesterday? PG said he was gonna get back on his bully shit. Well, nigga, when was you ever a bully? Come on, man.
I mean, I just think the talent's so tantalizing, man. People just, it's always there, but I don't see it, man. I don't see
So let that go.
it. So look, where the Lakers? Christian Wood edition, Bryan one more year, 4th seed, top 4 seed, maybe.
I
Yeah,
don't know. I got to see that.
yeah, yeah.
I'm reserving judgment. How old is Bryan now?
37, 38, maybe.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
ain't saying too much on that right now. I'm gonna wait that out.
yeah. I like the young pieces. I think they're gonna have to manage them. It's just, it's nothing like Jokic. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
It's nothing like him. His passing, his creativity, his ability to play, and his game is. People think he's not athletic because he don't run and jump. Like, bro, he played the whole game. He pushed the ball. He get 18 rebounds. You're an athlete, man. You don't measure
Yeah,
athleticism by touching the top of the backboard. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah. So
And I
I don't
think that
see
Lakers
Denver going
shit
nowhere.
is just it's too much on LeBron. Like I
Mm-hmm.
think at some point, and it's gonna hurt people to have to do this, but they're gonna have to come down on Bron because
Yeah.
he's 38, dog. He's
Mm-hmm.
not 28, he's 38.
Yeah.
You got AD. That's my man, the Inglewood homie family forever. But like he got to play 65, 70 games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They still got Russ over there, right?
Russ Clippers.
No,
Russ went to the Clippers.
yeah, Russ went to the Clippers.
You got
So they don't even
D'Angelo
have.
Russell,
Yeah, you got
Vanderbilt.
D'Angelo. Yeah, my bad. You
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell. You got Jared Vanderbilt. I mean, you look at that team, man. Like, you really worried about them
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
with a
Yeah.
38-year-old LeBron? Like I said,
Yeah. And then people keep waiting, and Bron's my guy, but people don't understand the true meaning of father time. Like, I see people on Twitter
undefeated.
like, Bron finna have one of them games, them 35-12. I'm like, bro, be happy the man got 24 and 8. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
he's 20 years in. You know what I mean? So
And if he can still put up them numbers, that's great. But that still don't put the Lakers in that championship conversation. Not to
yeah,
me.
yeah, 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 yeah. Um, I personally expect somewhat of a resurgence from Memphis. I was a little disappointed in Jackson at Team USA, but I know it's Team USA, so I'm still expecting a positive resurgence from Memphis. Ja with his head on straight. Do you see them still being top 4? Any kind of relevance?
This year?
Yeah.
No, because Ja got to sit out what 25 games.
Yeah.
So that's what 57 games left in the season.
Yeah.
And them 25 games, what would they be? Because you
Probably
got
10 and
Marcus Start.
15. Yeah.
Marcus Smart gonna be your starting point guard. Derrick Rose coming off the bench, and he got to play because they don't have all the point guards over there.
Mhm.
So you got that. You got Jaren Jackson. You lost Dylan Brooks. What else you working with?
Yeah. You got Bang, Jackson. Yeah. That grit and grind shit over with too. You gotta have some offense in the league.
Not even that, but you gotta jump out fast. You can't
Yeah.
miss the first 25 games, your best player, and then think you finna do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah.
shocked.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if they survive this first 25, the head coach should be in the running for like coach of the year for that.
Oh, easy. 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 Who's the coach in Milwaukee? You know? Google it.
Yeah, Adrian Griffin.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, they got a
Okay.
black coach in Milwaukee,
Okay.
long-time assistant on the Tibbs in Chicago.
Okay.
He had a couple of other stops. He's been trying to get a head coaching gig for a minute.
Was you he was in the shower when you was there?
Yeah, he was there.
Okay. 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 So he probably overdue then for this gig.
Yeah, he overdue for the gig, and I want to do well. You know what I'm saying? And as a
Yeah.
rookie coach, you got Giannis and Dave.
Yeah. 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 It's gonna be nice for him. So
Yeah, you
look,
got a nice head start.
I want to segue and I want to tell my people. First, let me ask you, where does James Harden end up?
I honestly have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
truly don't, because who wants him, and why you want to deal with that?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you can fleece anybody in the league out of anything, but it ain't even no traction on that. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, so what was your thoughts with the whole Daryl Morey is a liar situation when you first saw that?
So I thought it was about money, and I think James Harden got promised a certain dollar amount at a certain point in time, and he didn't live up to it, and he didn't get that bread, and he was mad about it. I think it was a money move. But if I'm Morey, whatever that number was after the season that he had, how comfortable you feel giving it to him?
Yeah. 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 And
So now
then
you throw a tantrum
yeah.
and you try to force your way out, saying, I'm never going back. Daryl Morey is a liar, this, that, and the third. And you thought you had some leverage. And well, that was a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Ain't no James Harden trade talk going on right now.
Yeah. 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 And if you don't show up, I mean, and you want your money, so you're still on the roster, you're gonna have to show up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, this is good stuff, man. We're gonna, as we talked earlier, we're gonna do this weekly as the season goes on. I always want your opinion as the season goes on. But you got a big move coming to the Philadelphia area. I got a lot of listeners in Camden, Philly. I want you to explain what's going on, what you got going in Philly.
Oh man, I'm gonna be I'm still in the news, going to a news station out there, man. It's a top 4 market. I'm in Charlotte right now, top 25. So I'm jumping up a few levels. Started in Chicago, market number 3, went down to Mississippi, came out here to Charlotte. Now I'm going to Philly, and it's just an exciting time. Just for me making this transition in my career. From sports, doing it, going into the news and stuff like that. So I'm just excited for this next chapter, man, and
Yeah,
get back to doing my sports thing.
definitely. Definitely. And that's a very, very passionate town. They're gonna be wanting to hear what you got to say, your opinions as far as the basketball. I just think you'll rise to star, man. It's your time. You know what I mean? So, congratulations. Go attack that, man, with vigor. You know what I mean?
And you know how we do. We don't know how to do it no other way.
None less, none less. So before I go, give them the Twitter, and then I'm gonna get you out of here.
Oh man, the Twitter is MRCRAW4D. You know, like my man said, I don't be on there like I used to, but when I do pop in, you know, I spray the block
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
dip back out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, one more thing. What's your thoughts on Prime in Colorado? You impressed?
You know what, man? Because I was in Jackson, I'm kind of like tied into like the whole anti-prime, the hate and stuff like that. You know, I know he left Jackson kind of like on a sour note, but it's hard for me to like hate on Deion Sanders simply because I've been a fan since I was a kid. You know,
Yeah,
that's the reason I'm a Florida State fan. That's the reason I know anything about Atlanta.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's like he was like one of my favorite players. I had all the shoes.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, I'm definitely impressed with everything he did at Jackson State and at Colorado. You know, I know it's gonna be rough. You know, last week they got beat pretty bad. It's probably gonna happen again against USC, but that's all right, man, because that's prime, dog. You
yeah.
know
It's
what I'm saying?
Prime.
He
That's
taking
right.
care, you know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
taking care of
yeah,
them kids. He doing what he got to do, man. He helping them boys live their dream, and he is a show. And he, you know, he got his team put on the show, man. So I respect it, win or lose, man. I'm riding with Prime regardless, man, because you know, I appreciate and I love what he stand for. You know, I love how he look out for the kids. You know, not just his kids, but his own. You know, the other kids on his team.
yeah,
You know, he keep them motivated. You know, and he makes sure that they don't want for nothing, and they
yeah,
run through a wall for that man.
yeah,
So
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm Prime to the end, bro.
Yeah, yeah, I respect that. Kind of same here. I kind of wanted to see a run at Jackson State because I love what that attention brought to the HBCU, but I'm never gonna not tell a man to secure wealth for his family. You know, I respect that. Um,
Man, look, I was there when he came, and I remember sitting in the newsroom just talking to my people, and we was just discussing how long he was gonna stay.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't. We know we knew he wasn't gonna be there. It was just a matter of was he gonna leave when Shador graduated? Was he gonna leave before that? So the reasonable and rational, you know, and rational of us knew that it was only like a pit stop. It was a stepping stone to the next thing. We knew that. So him leaving didn't really affect me like that, you know, because people who kind of understood. So that's
yeah,
why I really can't get mad. I'm happy that he came, like period, point blank. Like he was in Jackson, Mississippi for 2 years, and he
yeah,
made an impact. You know, he shined a light on the city and a lot of the problems in the city, and he made people get their stuff together. So I appreciate that. You know, he didn't have to come to Jackson, but he
yeah,
did.
yeah.
So I'm happy about that. I appreciate that, and it's gonna always be love for that.
Which your boost was on the ground where a lot of people in the SIP upset when he left.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that was real, man. And you know, and I understand. It's Deion Sanders. You know, Jackson
Yeah,
State, little black college in Jackson, Mississippi, was the center of the college football world. You know,
yeah,
it was the most attention that they had gotten for something positive probably ever.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And they were the envy, particularly of everybody in the HBCU, but like in the South, Jackson State, Alcorn, Southern, Grambling, Texas Southern, all them SWAC schools. So they was the envy of the South. So I totally get it. I totally get why they was upset. But like
yeah,
I said, the reasonable and rational ones of us knew he wasn't gonna be there long. So it was just a matter of just appreciating what he did while he was there. And I
yeah,
do. And I'm gonna
yeah,
support him at every stop he go to after Colorado.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And my mom's from Camp, Mississippi, so Jackson hold a strong place in my heart. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a rough city, but they some fighters, so you know they'll
Yeah.
be all right. Yeah, be all right.
Nah, for sure. That'd be I just wish they wouldn't hate on the man so much.
Yeah, yeah. Well, damn. Well, I'm gonna let you get out of here, fam. I appreciate you to the fullest, to the utmost. You know what I mean? I wish you the best on your new venture, and you know I will be in touch, man. But thanks for jumping in on me. You know what I mean? And let me get your opinion. I appreciate your basketball takes, man. You know what I mean? It's nothing like you, so I appreciate it.
For sure, big homie. You know, it's all love, man.
All love, G. I see you in a minute.
Yes, sir.
Peace. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Concrete Genius Media. This episode has been brought to you by ContendersClothing.com. See you in it soon. Peace.